Hey folks, Clothine here, and welcome back to some more Let's Play Path of Exile, the Awakening Expansion Closed Beta. Which, yes, is a mouthful. But there we have it. Path of Exile itself is not in closed beta, but the Awakening Expansion is. Boom, boom, boom. I'm starting to really like this curse. It, yeah, it helps me kill things a little faster, maybe, although I already wipe out these groups pretty fast, but the fact that it makes sure to proc my Herald of the Storm, ho ho ho. Very, very handy. Let's go and curse that guy. I feel like, very strongly, I actually want to go through this doorway. Assuming it doesn't just go into an empty room. It should be the right direction for the market. Let's see. These, like, glyphs over here always creep me out. I don't know what the deal is. Although, since I've been watching a lot of Supernatural, now I'm thinking they're, like, ways to ward an area so angels don't come in. Yeah, that's it. I shock you. And we just start exploding everyone from the sky. Oh, it's actually... Really? Really? I didn't get a proc? Are you serious? Son, I am disappointed. Bum, 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 bum. Let's go find the market. I curse you. Be shocked. Yeah, there we go. I curse you. Very satisfying. I curse you, Mr. Rare. There we are. And you as well. Did you not get cursed? Curse immune. Okay. Are all you friends curse immune? No, they are not. So, if I do some of this, assuming I shock them, there we go. We'll keep the lightning strikes coming down. We gotta level up on the knockback gem, which I don't think I'm going to keep around, but what the hell. We'll leave there for now. Up until we can get a third blue. Just a different arrangement in my sockets. I just don't want to waste any chromatics on the thing that is unlikely to be a semi-permanent long-term weapon. I got another rainbow item. Boom. And a slightly better two-stone ring. I'm going to start collecting these because once we get to some of the fights, like the boss fights at the end here, we may very well be highly interested in trying to make sure that all of our resistances are maxed. Which might involve crafting a few rings. Now, by crafting rings, I just mean adding modifiers, like making them magic items or rare items so that they get additional modifiers. That won't... I mean, it could theoretically give them more resistance, if that's what rolls, but mostly I'm just going to use their basic resistance, so this thing, no matter what I do to it, will keep this 13% fire and lightning resistance, right? But then I'm going to add, you know, hopefully get some other good modifiers on there. More life, more resistance, maybe more crit. Gemling Legionnaire is doing a lot of damage. Vulnerable to lightning. Well, that worked out. So you are... Oh. Is there more than one of you? I guess so. Oh, yeah, yeah. That's what's going on. Resist fire, resist cold, vulnerable to lightning. Well, you walked into the wrong neighborhood. Nothing down here I was interested in... No, I don't think so. Zap, zap, zap. Zap. Go through another building. See if we can't get a proc on our Herald. Yeah! One day I'll have to set up some sort of set of armor for like Magic Find, right? Like equipping those gold rings, for example. Gold rings have a built-in increased rarity of items thing. I think it's rarity for them as opposed to a quantity. But you know what? Regardless, right? They have you get better stuff. I'm not even bother picking up that bow. They get a built-in you get more stuff. Ooh, concentrated effect. I actually have one already. And that's one of the reasons I wanted the blue slot, because concentrated effect on this lightning tendrils would be good. Because I don't need the area of effect to be as big. Concentrated effect shrinks your area of effect, but increases the damage. And that's what I want for the lightning tendrils. What was I saying? Something about... Before concentrated effect. Crap. Oh yeah, the rings. I don't know. Oh yeah, yeah, Magic Find, right? So like, how much gear would I want to sacrifice from lightning for Magic Find? I mean, I guess you want to make sure that you still survive the encounter. That's step one. And then after that, it's you know, try to maintain enough damage dealing, but then just stack on as much extra items slash extra item rarity as you can when you're just sort of running through the same area over and over. I think it would be silly to do as a low-level character. I think you definitely want to make sure that you're in the final difficulty, whatever it's called. I think it's merciless. I think it goes normal, cruel, merciless, but whatever it is. You want to probably be in the highest difficulty and, you know, farming the biggest act, and then make sure you've got a baseline of gear that allows you to do that without dying. You know, you don't have to be going for bosses even. You could just be farming normal minions like this. Bosses drop more stuff, and therefore... And I think also have a bit of a guarantee to have slightly higher quality in their drop. But you can also just, like, kill thousands of other creatures instead. Sure, the little minions have, you know, don't drop as much as a boss, but take a fraction of a second to kill in comparison. Because bosses take quite a while to kill, and they're usually relatively tough, especially if you're not in your full resistance, life, damage gear. We could identify this first, but I don't see the reason for it. I curse you! I rock! Very satisfying. Should be some more over there. Very good. That's enough to pop the goodies. Nothing with a lot of sockets, which is really annoying. I mean, I suppose I should still pick them up and identify them, just on the off chance that it's something I'm interested in. But yeah. These statues can actually be a huge pain in the ass. They're vulnerable to lightning. I think they might be highly resistant to melee. It always feels like when I go in here with my melee characters, these statues just take ages and ages to kill. Fire's ice shots. But these are pretty squishy, even the ones that don't say that they're vulnerable to lightning. So, I don't know. There will be a unique statue here in a second. I gotta make sure to not trigger too many of them. Nice to see that the lightning cloud's still going. Yeah, those said vulnerable to lightning, and they still took a lot longer to kill, but they were pretty big. Do you have to spend that skill point? I'm not sure where the next one is. This must be... There we go. Marseilles the Defaced. Oh, crit. That's some pretty big damage. He's vulnerable to lightning, though. Or does that show up because I'm cursing him? Oh! Oh, I didn't realize it would show up in the list. Okay, so all that time... Well, not all that time. For the last, 45 seconds, I'm assuming that vulnerable to lightning was a built-in trait. I didn't realize the curse was actually adding it to the list. Okay, where's... Oh, yeah, over here. Grab this intelligence node. There we go. Then we'll just start boosting our lightning damage soon. I should really pick that up, shouldn't I? Anyway, let's just drop that. Grab this. I don't have the strength for it. It's not bad, but... we could vendor it, I suppose. I'll just keep it around for now. I don't think I actually want to put any of these stuff on. I need blue sockets! I need 4 blue sockets. Actually, I may very literally need 4 blue sockets, which will be hard to come by. I don't know. There might be a red support gem that I would be happy to use, as opposed to the knockback. The knockback doesn't make much sense. There might also be a green support gem I'd be okay with. But I think no matter what, I want 3 blue sockets, just to make it a little harder roll. Catacombs are good. There's normally... See, again, weird orientation. I'm used to the catacombs being sort of on that side of the map, like top left. And usually, although maybe I'm wrong about that, usually being a waypoint near there. Is that a 4-link poleaxe? Cool. Now, of course, there's nothing stopping me from wielding a poleaxe. Although, I do want to use a... I do want to use a shield, so, you know, no two-handed weapons. Poleaxes probably won't get... I mean, they're not going to get the automatic bonus to spell damage that wands have. Like, wands have that intrinsic, right, extra spell damage before you roll anything on the random chart. But I think the poleaxe could technically, if, you know, you make it a rare or whatever... What was over here? Oh, the battlefront. But again, there should be a waypoint here, and I really want to collect that first. Also, unless I am wrong, I believe there's also an item somewhere in the marketplace to loot. Oh, and if I could find the sewers, it'd be worth dumping into the sewers to pick up the last platinum bust. The last MacGuffin.
Too much clutter.
Yeah, well, not that much clutter. Hang on. Interesting, it wasn't highlighted. Why? Because the item level's too low? Because I like the links. They're the wrong colors. But I might do some rolls on them to try to get something better. Yeah, we'll have to evaluate that. Oh, and what did it come equipped with? Mana and cold resistance. Well, a little bit of resistance never hurts. I can, of course, re-roll those traits. We're going to consider it. Dun, 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 dun. Ah, now there we go. Woo. Stream of monsters. Lots of things going on. Curse you all. Proc my thingy. Get some crits going on. Drop some more curses over here. Sure, we'll aggro the statues as well. Possibly go wrong. Curse. Boom! Alright. Well, that's technically a rainbow thing, but it also has 4 slots on it. Only 3 are linked. Alright, let's go ahead and sell what we've got. Come back here. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Hello, Harrigan.
Still breathing, eh?
Yep, still breathing. Did I? Yeah. So we're not going to wear this. We're going to sell that because it's a rainbow. We'll save that because it's quality. I wasn't married to that. Nor that. Nice life and resistances. Doesn't have the right sockets. I'm level 26. Do like the armor on the other side. And it's got, actually, my current thing has decent resistances too. Alright, let's just get rid of it. Alright, so that's a start. Someone just dinged. Right here? Maybe from completing a quest or something? I don't know. We picked up a red gem there, and we've got a blue gem as well, that concentrated effect. I'd really like to get that going on, but yeah, I was going to say, I already have one in the bank too. Like, I want to equip this. I'm trying to decide. I wonder if it'd be better to put the concentrated effect rather than critical strikes. Nah, I'll keep the critical strikes here, but the other one's pretty good too. Quality weapons. You. And these two are, well, technically, this one's quality armor. This is what I'm considering using. First of all, these brawn gauntlets I'm wearing, Blight Fist, they're not particularly good. They do have the life and pretty high armor. Nothing else is particularly relevant, which is alright. I do have a good number of these chromatics. Sure. Just out of curiosity, what kind of green support gems do I have? Additional accuracy, which doesn't matter for me. Faster attacks, doesn't matter. Trap, which doesn't matter. No. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. So literally, I would like 4 blues. The odds of that are pretty poor. I'm not going to spend any more chromatics on this. I'm not even going to keep it. I'm just going to put it there. We'll sell it later. Just because if I'm going to spend a bunch of chromatics on something, I want it to be a higher level item. We're not critically needing it yet, although it'd be pretty goddamn useful. What I should do, and you should do every time you level up, is take a look at the vendors, because their inventory changes every time you level up. And sometimes you can find something with a bunch of links. You got a 3-link helm. Be nice to have 3 blues again. It'd be alright. Could craft it. It's 26. No, I'll hold out for like the real thing. Especially if I'm going to consider doing some full crafting. I'll hold out for something that's particularly good. I could check the other axe as well. I like how spiky the shield is. Clarissa, I think you will sell wands. There we go. So that's level 24 wand. This one's level 30. The 13%. This one's already magic, but it's got a crappy modifier on it. So the sage... Okay, spiraled wand. No. Sage wand, sage wand. So the sage wand is the next one that'll come up. It's going to be at 30, which is I'm coming up on. This one's got 3 blues. I think I'm going to preemptively purchase this one. Cost me like a crap item. That doesn't matter. What did it? What did it cost? It was right. The orbs of transmutation. Orbs of transmutation are fun. I believe they're the ones that turn a normal item into a magic item. Yeah, which I'm going to want to probably do here. What I should check is on the Poe wiki. You look up Sage one. I know it's not going to be captured on my monitor. I apologize for that. The Path of Exile wiki is usually pretty complete, and it will let you know if there's a unique for it. Now, for all I know, there's a unique for it in Awakening, but it doesn't say it does, because if it does have a chance to have unique, I like to convert them with an Orb of Chance, because it converts it to a random rarity. Most of the time, it'll be magic, but there's a slim chance it'll make a unique for it. You know, I don't know if that's a good way to spend my stuff, but you can. Do I have any that can make things rare? Because this makes a normal item into a magic item. This one re-rolls all the magic item properties. So, like, do I have something that's just magic? Well, that doesn't matter, but all the little modifiers you see here in blue, it would re-roll all those and give you a new set of them on a magic item. And this one here can add a new random property. Now, sometimes when you re-roll, it re-rolls everything, and sometimes it'll already max out the random properties, but sometimes it won't. So ideally, I'd like this to be magic with increased spell damage, like as a secondary one, so I wouldn't want to put them both together. I could go and craft it now, but I'll just wait for the moment. And actually, let me leave it on this first tab so I can keep track of it. Okay, enough diddly-daddling. I have a portal open over here. Right, we're going to pick up a few more things. Just the rares for now. And I think call that good enough. Here, I could go around, but, you know, why walk anywhere? Oh, that's all there is. Okay. Boop. It's even better if you've got leap attack or leap slam or whatever it's called. It's much, much faster. There's not that delay in cast time, but you can still basically use it as a teleport. I do like the Herald of Lightning, or Herald of Thunder. I like how it pops chest for me. Well, not chest. That's cool, with increased critical chance. And I think it works on everything. It's global, critical, strike chance. So that's both... it says global because it's not just... Like, so you'll get a weapon sometimes that'll say increased critical strike chance. But it's only on attacks using that weapon. Right? Increased critical chance on a weapon is only adding to attacks from that weapon. But anything global, it affects your attacks from all weapons. And on a ring, it makes sense, because obviously you never attack with the ring itself. Alright, there's our waypoint. I still didn't find the sewer entrance, but that's okay. Now that I've got the waypoint, I'm perfect. Oh. Hey, the Decanter Spiritus. Let me tell you, I forgot that was in here, how much of a pain in the ass it is to find that thing sometimes. Because the marketplace is huge. Finding it here makes me so happy. I don't have the quest for it yet. But I'm totally happy. I will keep that along in my inventory until I get to the docks, until I do the, what's it called, the gardens or whatever. Yeah, I'm okay with that. No complaints. All right, didn't find the sewers, but that's okay. Again, we do have a waypoint to the warehouse sewers, and there should be a connection from the warehouse sewers to the market sewers. So I think we'll have to fight some more statues. Not all statues can transform, although if you see a bunch of statues, generally speaking, at least some of them will probably be aggro statues. Into the battlefront. What's level here? 27, and I am 29. That should be perfectly manageable, especially, again, on normal difficulty. On the higher difficulties, especially if you've gotten, like, a bit of a dearth of resistance gear at the right time or something like that, you might find yourself in a situation where you'll have a bit of a rough time in some areas, especially dealing with certain uniques or a particular class of monster that might be hitting with a kind of elemental damage. That's usually what happens, is if it's a particular type of elemental damage that you don't have a resistance to on the higher difficulties, you can get owned pretty quick in some places. There you go, second waypoint in a row. That was easy. Nice. Do. So dark here. Doing that. Ah, yes, I'm now fighting ribbons. Because sure, why not? Oh, cool. Alright, this is just a random thing. Monsters reflect 12% of physical damage. Doesn't bother me. Monsters poison on hit. That's a little sucky. Area yields 34% more items. Love it. And we should find a Veiled Gem at the end as well. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to have to make sure that I don't let the poison stack too much, because it can very quickly get to the point where it sort of like overwhelms me, where I'm running away and I'm drinking my potions and I'm still taking too much poison damage and just dying. None of these guys have poisoned me, though. I do have some evasion, which is pretty nice there. Okay, there should be, in this room, a particularly corrupted monster that will be kind of dangerous. Again, I'm just going to let the poison wear off. There we go. Yeah, I just don't want to let the poison stack on me. Hello, Rima, Deep Temptress. Now, poisons do chaos damage, and it's quite hard. I'm just going to try to kill this guy and then run away. Hopefully the poison doesn't kill me. No. It's quite hard to stack chaos damage resistance. It doesn't show up on normal items. There are a few nodes in the passive skill tree that will add it, though. You are already... Oh, yeah, of course you're vulnerable to lightning, because I keep cursing you. One day I'll figure that out. I'm just going to ignore it. Not even worth picking it up. And yeah, I'm going to have to make sure I've got a special highlighting for 4 linked objects. Especially, like, until I get to a certain level. I'm going to leave that. Pick up the Veil Vessel. Veil Ice Nova. We actually might put that to good use. Veil spells are really cool. Deals X damage, causes smaller novas up to 5 times on enemies hit, 20% reduced area of effect radius on each repeat. So this nova just keeps spamming out more and more and more. It's only level 1, we'll have it level up. It does require souls to fuel it, but it can presumably rip out quite some damage. I still really like Veil Arc. It was really fun to use, and I'm hoping we find one at some point on this playthrough. I had one before the reset, and it was excellent, because you're already, you know, all your talents are going towards bonus lightning damage. You're putting, you know, conductivity on everyone, so they take more lightning damage. And then every now and again, after you've killed enough people in a single level, you just hit him with the arc that bounces like up to 40 times or something like that, and will just rip an entire pack of enemies down. And it can bounce back to the same enemy again. So if it's just like a pair of tough guys, it'll just keep bouncing between the two and pretty much just exterminate them. Anyway, that's the end of this little segment here. I like them. Sometimes they're really difficult. Again, especially if you don't have the right resistances. And on the higher difficulties, monsters tend to get more and more modifiers, so you can get particularly nasty combos on higher difficulties that you may not be prepared for. Okay. Alright, Solaris Temple. Well, we can probably start on that. That should be okay. At least in pre-awakening, there's a waypoint, I believe, on the 2nd level of the Solaris Temple. So we'll try to get there, and then I'll probably have to take a break. I might keep playing, but I've recorded 7, 8 episodes of stuff today, and my voice is definitely sort of reaching its limit. Plus, oh man, I forgot, I gotta run a live stream tomorrow. And my live streams on Saturdays, so I don't know when this video is gonna go live. I'm sorry that, like, chronologically this is all whacked out, but my live stream on Saturdays, and they usually go for, 15% resistance, nice. They usually go for at least 4 hours, sometimes as long as 6 if we got a really good run going on. And I want to be able to talk. Bum. Ooh, we got magical monsters with extra life, and they charge. Whoa! Voltaic Seal, there we go. Yeah, hit me with lightning, it's okay. I only have, like, 70% resistance to lightning, buddy. Resistance is awesome! If you're having problems dying, just try to get items that increase your resistance. And remember, oh, there's a fire guy. Remember that the shopkeepers, one of them sells weapons and armor, but the other one sells, like, flasks and jewelry and wands. There we go. Oh, a magic one. The one that sells the jewelry, you'll be able to buy rings of various resistances, maybe even some 2-stone rings, and just get it up there. You can always keep a spare set of resistance rings in your bank. And what's nice is, like, the ones that just give you X percentage, they're always going to be handy to sometimes switch to. If you've had trouble with a particular unique or a boss that uses a certain element. Sometimes it can be hard to figure out exactly what element is being used. You got to pay a little bit of attention to some of the effects, and some of it's not totally obvious. Again, one of the earliest you'll run into is Merveil, and it's not necessarily obvious that she's hitting you with cold. But if you can go in there with like 40 or 50% cold resist, you're just going to own her. If you're having difficulty with her, that's the trick there. Shock all the things. I do like this Herald of Thunder. Gem Cutter's Prism improves the quality of a gem. That's a skill gem improvement. Very nice. It's the first one I found so far on this run. I remember I told you, I think the last video, I said it's really nice if you can get skill gems with quality, because it's hard to come by, and it makes a big difference to your damage output. So I don't think I'll use that one right away. It would be really nice. I might get lucky and find Lightning Tendrils gem, for example, that's already got a starting quality, and then I can just build it up on that. And right now I'm going fine, so I don't need to like spend resources to eke out a little bit of extra performance. I can wait until hopefully I can get an even stronger situation later on. I like how these things solidify. They don't ragdoll. They solidify and then clank over. Just brilliant. Nice little detail like that really sells it. There we go. Level 2. And again, unless I am wrong, and I'm never wrong, there should be a waypoint on level 2. It may not be right at the doorway, though. Clearly it's not. Much should have been on level 1. I don't think so, though. Do, 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 do. You take a lot of damage. Why were you so tough to kill? Oh, another tormented thing. I don't know what the deal with these tormented things are. I'm pretty sure they weren't in the pre-awakening game. I haven't actually figured out, like... They do drop gear. But then otherwise they mostly just run away, and they're sort of a pain in the ass. They're just gonna get me in trouble, actually. Did you die? Did I not kill you in time? You're like a sort of treasure goblin or something. Oh man, now I'm really pissed. I don't think I've failed to kill one yet. Okay, now that I know that. First of all, the knockback may have actually been assisting it there. But yeah, I'll try to approach it in a slightly different way. Okay. I'm sure those things are new. You know, I haven't played tons of Path of Exile. But everything I've played has been more recently, like on patch 1.3. And given the frequency that these effers are popping up here on the closed beta, I would have noticed them at some point. I mean, I'm level 62 in the main character there, so I would have seen one, I'm sure. Damn. Oh, I'm so mad. Because, yeah, I was always surprised, like, okay, they're not really threatening. They're a little bit annoying. Why do they always drop such good loot? I didn't realize they expire after a while. Boom, blow you all up. Get shocked. Well, my mana regen rate is pretty fantastic here. I'm getting to the point where I'm really not going to need any mana flasks, really. I mean, at some point maybe. And of course, part of it too is the more support gems you have linked on a spell, generally speaking, the more expensive the spell gets. Oh, you're summoning dudes. Goddess of Purity. So when you get, if you're ever lucky enough to get a 6-link item, and you can throw tons of support gems on an item, boom, then your spell actually gets a bit more expensive than you might expect.
Too much clutter.
Really? Oh, that's a rainbow item, that's why. Still, let's take a quick look. Most likely we're not interested in this with one socket. Yeah, I mean, it's got some nice defenses and resistances. How does it compare to what I've got? It's got more armor. Oh, hang on. What do I have in there? The Veil Ice Nova, which I haven't used yet. It's got more armor. More resist, which is what matters here. The intelligence, it's not the end of the world. Okay, let's do a swap. Alright, good enough. Yeah, still don't. That's okay. Yes, this is taking up a bunch of space here. Hello, Basalt Guardian the Silent. I zap you to death. Also, we leveled up at some point. Give me more lightning. 10% increased lightning damage. So right now we've got a DPS rate of 296, and now it's 309. Now, 10% more on the base, of course. That's why my DPS went up by 10 instead of by 30. It wasn't 10% above what I already had. It's 10% from the base. But it's still good. Keep stacking it on there. Lightning zapping things automatically for me. Very convenient. Zap, 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 zap. Yeah, these things are just huge sacks of hit points. I don't think they have any special resistances. I think they just have massive hit points. Boom, boom, boom. Good stuff. This looks important over here. Seems like we're leading up to something, doesn't it? There's the waypoint, which means there should also be something else around here. There we go. The Eternal Laboratory and Lady Diala. Who says interesting things?
Inundated with cockroaches I am. Black ones, forelimbs, nasty, spiky things. Are you spiky? If so, my ribbons will pluck your spines. Malachi liked spines.
She's awesome. All right.
The ribbons are older.
All right, so I got a quest to do some more things. The Eternal Laboratory, unless I'm wrong, this is where you do the maps. Yeah, the Reverie device, which doesn't do anything right now. Kind of a little flavor texty thing. When you kill monsters, they can drop maps. It's mostly a very high level thing. They can drop maps, and you bring them over there, and they'll just be an area, like some of the things we found from time to time. You know, we click on a portal, it'll be like a corrupted thing. Monsters drop, 30% more loot or something like that. Well, it'll be like that, but on the map itself. And be like, and you bring it here, and it opens up an area to one of those things. And you can craft those maps. You can modify them. You can re-roll them. You can do different things to them to beef them up, to get more and more loot. Some of them are particularly nasty combinations. The monsters will own you. Well, I think I'm gonna wrap up this video here, and I'll probably end up, selling most of this stuff over here, but it's interesting to see. That's not terrible for a different character, but the resistances aren't high enough. So thank you very much for watching another episode of this Path of Exile, The Awakening Closed Beta. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.